Oh boy, I can't believe I'm doing another one of these types of videos. Uh, in my first video, I promised I wasn't gonna try to. I mean, I didn't really exactly promise, but I'm just trying to get all the boring stories out the way. And my last video is a little bit political, but we're not gonna have any more videos like that. At least I hope. I'm glad about the election results. I'm very fucking happy about that shit, man. So it's a really good day, to be an American that's a little conservative or more than conservative. But besides political stuff, this is gonna be a story more about the first video. The first video where I said don't ever be shy. It was about the lifeguard. And to clear up some shit about that video, well, in that experience, it kind of learned me to let loose when it comes to situations like that, especially with girls. And I don't know. This is another one of those stories. Let's just say that. And I have a Tony Ferguson record when it comes to girls. So uh, get ready for me to have a lot of videos like these. But this is probably gonna be. Actually, yeah, this is probably gonna be the last video about like me and a girl or whatever. I mean, it just really depends, like if I'm dating a crazy bitch or something, but or I mean, I really do have good stories about girls. It's just this one I just want to tell because I feel like it's an important story to tell. It's like to learn from my mistakes type of story, and it's actually it's pretty interesting. But let's just get to the story. Actually, before I get to the story, the reason why I haven't done 20 questions yet, in case for you guys that are close to me. Alejo, the cameraman, he's been selling me for a month on this one video, man. I've been trying to make this video. So what? I'm gonna be consistent with y'all, and I'm gonna upload videos, side videos, whatever it is. This one is not really a big video. I just wanted to make a quick side video. I was bored. I have the 3 a.m. energy. It's like literally 3 a.m. right now here. So yeah, but anyways, this is more of a flashback to that first video, where I met that girl in Miami. As you can see, I have my Miami shirt. I'm a certified Miami City G right now. Damn, what the fuck was that? All right, so to get into the story, I went to Serbia. I'm Serbian, as most of you guys know. I went to Serbia, and one of my cousins posted me. He added me, right? I'm just gonna make the story as quick as I can, and some girl said that I was good looking, so he put me on, and I thought she was good looking too. And then we started getting into this talking stage. Now the problem is with this talking stage is, this is gonna get a little too deep into like meaning. But when you're in the talking stage with a girl, you don't ever want to, like, especially rush it. I'm not saying I was rushing it, but you just don't want to vent too much. You don't want to, which is kind of rushing it. You know what I mean? Like for me, like I'm a very open person. I'm like a very like, I'm gonna have to say it, but I'm a pretty sensitive person. So like, I'm as much as like I have that heart of rocks, which I am. I'm like hard as rocks personality, but it's just there's just some things that are like sensitive to me, so like it's just like trauma and stuff, and that's what makes you hard as rocks, literally. But at the end of the day, it's pretty sensitive and fucked up shit. So during this talking stage, I would take it a little too serious. I would be like, yo, like I have problems, like, basically like the trauma stuff. I'm not gonna get too much into it because that's a video for another time, and there's like some really good juicy traumatic stories that I have, and that's what I'm saying. These beginning videos are they're just tip of the iceberg as of right now. They're tip of the iceberg. But I'm gonna not say this girl's name, but fuck this bitch for what she did. I hope she burns in hell. I'm gonna be straight up with you. I don't even care. Like, this bitch, any bitch who does this to a guy is a fucking bitch, a fucking bitch, straight up. I mean, that's the best way I can say. They're a fucking hoe, and they're assholes. So, oh damn, I gotta get comfortable for this one. So, as I'm venting to this bitch all the time, the time comes where I gotta link her, right? So it's been like maybe a week. I've been in a talking stage with this girl, and it's been pretty. I would say it's been pretty good for what I've seen so far. And I went to go link her, right? We went to some restaurant, and it was a coincidence actually. So we were in a restaurant, and my cousin was like, "Yo, that girl that you're talking to, she's here." And I was like, "Are you for real?" So I was like, "Oh shit, she's there." And then I went up to her and I was like, "Yo, what's good? How you doing? This and that." I just for like we just met in person, and it's just like it's kind of like a weird thing, and then, and then basically we were just chopping up, we were talking, right? And then it was just like she was being mad weird. Keep in mind we've been talking for like a week or two. I don't remember how long it was, but we've been talking for quite a while. And it's, to my amazement, you guys won't believe it. While I'm talking to her, right, she pulls up her phone. And you know how on Instagram, when there's direct messages, there's a theme, right? I saw a hearts theme. So guess what? I asked her, "Who are you texting?" I was like, "That's kind of a little strange. You have a hearts theme on your direct messages." And then she was like, she looked at me like this. "My boyfriend." I was like, "Yo, you called me cute, you called me bad when you fucking saw me on my cousin's story, and you asked for the put-ons, and this whole time you had a boyfriend?" Don't get me wrong, I've been hoeing, whenever I go to Serbia, I hoe around all the time, but like, if I'm willing, like, to have you as a side hoe, whatever the hell it is, I mean, I never wanted anything, just so you guys know, I never wanted anything big with this girl, but like, this is just like a little reminder in my head not to trust bitches, so, like, it's a little fucked up, like, you're over here talking to me and you have a boyfriend, especially it's mainly fucked up with your boyfriend than me, because like for me, I'm not even taking it that serious. I mean, yeah, of course, if I'm pouring my heart to some things, but I never said to this girl, "I love you," this and that. I would never say, especially if it's a talking stage, and like, I had mad girls in Serbia I was talking to, but this is one of the this is the worst of the worst, man. Oh man, I'm not even gonna get too into it. Man, after I found that out, I was like, "Damn, bro, you've been talking to me and another guy at the same time. You are one dirty ass motherfucking hoe, bitch." I said it straight up, and then I was just like, yeah, I never wanted to talk to her again. And yeah, I remember I met her, I saw her the next day, because me and my cousin, we went to go to the park with one of our friends, and then, what's it called? She like was like, "Yo, what's good?" And I was like, "Yo, like, goodbye." Literally, I just said it right there. I was just like, I don't want anything to do with you. Stay away from me as far as possible. You're dirty. Get the fuck away from me. And yeah, straight up, it was just like that. I was like, "Get away from me." And then that was the so-called Serbian love story. I know it wasn't as enthusiastic as you guys expected it to be, but yeah, there it is. That's a little side story I wanted to tell, because I just felt like, on this random ass night, I was like, why not tell this little boring ass story? Same, like, I mean, it's not that boring, but it's just, like my life in Serbia, when I would go to vacation there, it's always, it's the usual vacation, partying, girls and stuff like that. So, but like, this is just a more of a lesson to you guys and girls, because guys can do the same thing as this bitch does, but don't ever, don't let yourself open like that. Don't open yourself to a point where you could get hurt so easily, because that thing is, I open myself to a little bit too much in that relationship. Maybe not as much, but like, I open myself a bit too much. I talked about things maybe I shouldn't have in a talking stage, and I mean, it's perfectly normal. We all feel a certain way when we're talking to girls or opposite gender or whatever, whichever way you swing. You have that, I don't know what it's called, excitement, or you just have that good feeling, You're just like, yeah, man, like I was chopping up with a girl. Like, I know this girl feels me. So I was having that, a little bit of that feeling. And turns out that girl wasn't, I mean, I don't know. I mean, she probably was. But I'm not gonna fuck with a girl that has a man, because that's just morally wrong. That's just that's retarded, And I have a pretty similar story to this as well, but it's a very long story, and it's actually a pretty deep story. This is just like a little side story, but the Cain and Abel story. I'm gonna give you a little bit of description on that, since this story was a little quick story. But the Cain and Abel story is a story about how one of my friends, literally, one of my friends, me and this guy, well, we were in the sandbox together, but me and this guy, we were dumb tight together. He used to come to my house every day, and he threw away his relationship with me just because he thought I was fucking around with his girl. That's all I gotta say. That's a juicy story right there. I mean, I don't want to say too much. I can't say this guy's name, but out of respect for him, you know, he was a good friend of mine, and you know, maybe the story. Well, I'll get to the story, but this story was a little bit my fault, but then maybe not a little bit, but a little bit too much my fault, and it's maybe something I shouldn't have done, but we'll get to that story when the day comes. And yeah, that's all I pretty much wanted to say today. You know, I just had a little bit of 3am energy, and I wanted to make a little video about a story about, you know, about a Serbian love story. Literally, it's a Serbian love story. I met this girl, and she had a boyfriend this whole time, and yeah, and I don't want to make anything too big just yet, but anyway, that's all. Stay tuned. We're probably gonna, hopefully not another month, but sooner or later we're gonna make the 20 questions video, me and Alejo, and I'm actually gonna have a cameraman back in action, unlike now. But yeah, anyways, I'm done dragging this video. I'm gonna catch y'all. Make sure to like and subscribe. Stay tuned for more stories, and that's it. I'll see you guys later.